out the podcast. We got the nerd button on repeat and we're gonna smash. Come on in, I assure you that we're open. Shoe polish on our signs cause our locks are always broken. You need that view askew? You know we got you, dude. Showing gratitude and always smiling, never rude. Top 5 movie reviews and what's new. We bringing out the big guns when we coming through. Welcome to the stage. Come on, enjoy the taste. Hurry up, don't come in late. You know we love it, the sacred thing.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Live from the Secret Stash. I am one of 3 hosts, Christian Cortez, joined always by...
I'm Michael Zapsik, and sitting to my right, the ever lovely and effervescent
Julia Zapsik.
There she is. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Morning, Christian.
Everybody seems in a good mood today. Today's good vibes. I think
Yeah.
it's because we're just coming off of that amazing-ass festival.
Oh my gosh.
That was a fun festival.
It was so much fun. I mean, we were there opening night, which was spectacular. I think I was the loudest. Oh, hi. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you. You're good.
I think I might have been the loudest
You
person
were the loudest
in the
person
theater
in there.
for wrong reasons.
I think
but
I
for
did.
the right reasons.
I think I did hear you from
Yes,
the...
yes.
I heard her because I was
All
sitting
the way
right next
down
to her
in the
my ear.
booth,
There was
yeah.
like little blood
So I was-
trickling from the side of my ear.
I was the loudest and wrong reasons for the right reasons, but you know, it was it was so lovely to have all the filmmakers that were able to make it into the store come in. We
Yes.
saw a ton of them, and it's funny because you could tell, like after the first 5 or 6. Everybody that came in, like we were having like I bet you that's a filmmaker. I bet you that's a filmmaker. The way that they were looking around the store at all the props and things and talking to each other, you could tell, you know, that they were in that creative zone.
Basically, this
And it
cabinet
was-
got the most attention it's
It
gotten.
was
No, they're
so
looking
much
around and
fun
they're-
to talk to them. It
they're
was
like,
so exciting.
When
Yeah.
I hit it big, I'm going to buy a comic book store. I'm going to make it up just like this. And I want you to, I've gotten like 5 offers for, you're going to come over and work for me. I'm like,
That's a hard pass, buddy. No offense, none taken, but
No, it was great energy, and then watching everybody posting about it and having fun, and you were saying this morning because you were there for the whole thing, obviously, just like the energy was consistently,
good.
you know, high and excited and
Yeah.
groovy the whole time. I just think it's wonderful.
a lot of things were high at the film festival. So.
Yeah, you're surrounded by artists. Of
Yes.
course, there were.
And you know, the guy throwing the fest, the Bash himself, is perpetually high. So
Oh yeah, good
it
point.
was awesome.
You know what's really funny sometimes, because he's said this. He's got the apartment above the theater. Friggin' the smoke will trickle down into the booth.
Of course it
So
will.
sometimes I'll be sitting there and I'm like, hey, this movie's exceptionally good.
This popcorn's exceptionally good.
Yeah, this is not bad. I
This is
like
like my
this.
15th tub. This is awesome.
Oh my God.
Actually, it's really funny because that happens all the time now because it's legal or it's not illegal to smoke, even on the streets of Red Bank. And I walk through like big puffs of smoke. I'm like, whoa. That's I can't escape it.
Something's in the air.
Yeah.
I know. Actually, we were driving home and we were going through Little Silver, which is a little more like on the Tony side of neighborhoods, right, in this area. You can't be scrambling for scratch to pay the rent every month. and
They're
live
all
there.
in goblin mode over there.
But yes, they are.
Got you on that one, folks.
But we're driving like along a main road, and all of a sudden, Michael and I look at each other. We're like, "Holy shit! We just drove through like a corridor. Everyone must be in the house, just like."
Holy
You
that
drove through the
coming
smoke
out of
zone.
the chimney is not oak wood. It's not hardwood, man.
Here
Wasn't
comes
a
Santa
chimney.
Claus. Here comes Santa Claus.
Exactly. It's like, yes, reindeer can fly. Me too. It was so funny.
I love that.
I know.
Oh, wait, we got a comment here from Bill Lyons. Hated having to miss submitting for the first year, but we'll take the win of Kev giving his seal on the title. Bill, do not worry, because it was announced on the last day we are doing this again. We will be doing the Smog Castle Film Festival next year, so do not fret, man. Enter something in next year. I will be too. I told Ernie I'm not working next year because I'm going to sweep all the awards.
Good for you. That's the attitude, man. That is the attitude.
It's not arrogance if you win them.
No. Yeah. So I'm just.
That's great.
I'm trying my damnedest. So,
Were there some? I mean, like I said, Michael and I were able to make it there the first night, and but I know it went. What was it? 4 days? It was 4 days, right? Wednesday, Thursday,
5.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It was 5 days.
Yes.
So, are there any were there any particularly interesting, funny, sweet moments? I mean, I'm sure that there were a ton every day, but anything that stood out in your mind? I know you weren't you were kind of working, so maybe you didn't see.
There were a
everything that was
couple of
going on.
really good particular films. See, so I helped pick the animated ones.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't really but here's the problem. I didn't get to watch them in theater 1. A lot of them were playing in the other
Gotcha.
side theaters.
Yeah.
But hearing audience cheering after every movie is always fun because
That's
it's
nice.
that's the people who made it.
Yeah.
And they're having a ball sitting there being like, my movie's on the big screen. This is cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
oh, that's great.
I love that because every time I would hear that, it was like someone's having the best day of their life. And I was just like, oh, this is great. But then when I didn't hear it, I was like, uh-oh.
Crickets.
Yeah, no, there was a couple of times where I was like, I was like, oh God, those poor people. I felt very bad. But then I got to meet 2 of the creators of the animated shorts I helped pick, and hit it off really well with them to the point that I actually might be voicing a character on one of their cartoons coming
That
up.
is awesome, and you're a perfect voice actor for that.
Well, I appreciate that. I told them my only requirement was I just want to voice a curmudgeon-y old man, and they were like, perfect. So at some point in the future,
I'm trying to think. I can't hear you being curmudgeonly old.
well,
man.
kind of like an old timey, just kind of bullshit old man voice, just kind of walking around crutching a cane.
Folks,
Just
let us know in the comments.
close your eyes. But yeah, no, it was so much fun. I loved the vibe. But then the last day, I was not working in the theater. I moved over to the Smog Castle and worked the panels that we had.
oh, yes. How did they come off?
Those were amazing.
Really great?
We had 3 incredible panels, which are free to watch on the Smog Castle Cinemas page, as well as the old Smog Castle's Facebook page. So insightful, so interesting.
and this was Kevin moderating actual
Yes.
the filmmakers, the sponsors.
So it was the first one was the founder of the Transgender Film Center,
Mm-hmm.
and it was how they're trying to help people in the transgender community get their films off the ground by providing grants and support.
Cool.
And that was really freaking cool to listen to how that process goes. Sounds like starting a nonprofit sucks, but it's very well worth it.
Yes, starting a nonprofit does suck, but done
She
well,
knows.
and for the right reasons, it is well worth it. So
Jules was in the nonprofit universe for
20
20
years.
plus years.
Good
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah.
But then they just gave a tip. They were like, you know what? If you make the lawyers do it, it's not as bad. Which I was like, you know what? That sounds valid. So then the next one was Decentralized Pictures. And it was this guy, Michael Musada. I'm probably butchering the last name. But he was talking about how he's helping films get funded through blockchain and stuff like that. And it's very difficult to explain, but when you watch the panel, it makes way more sense. But what was really cool about that one was that we had Roman Coppola fucking zoom in and talk about
Wow.
the company as well. And what's crazy about that is Roman Coppola directed one of my dad's music videos. It was like his
no
third directing gig.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
No nepotism there or anything, right?
No,
Okay, cool. Yeah.
No.
No. You kidding? I love nepotism because if it weren't for nepotism, I wouldn't have been in Clerks 3. So
No, that's fair. Same.
Yeah.
Hey, there we
Exactly.
go.
Yeah, you
Nepotism for the win.
Yeah, nepotism works. And
So-
Roman is actually whose son is he? That's not
Francis
Sophia's.
Ford.
It's Francis's son.
Yeah, Francis Ford Coppola.
So it's Sophia's brother.
Yep.
So Sophia's brother, Sophia, I mean, I absolutely adore her her directing chops. Don't act anymore. Just direct, please. Because Godfather 3, and it's not your fault.
We're not going to talk about it. We're trying to praise the family. We're not going to bring
I
up
am
Godfather
praising
3.
I'm praising the family, for God's sake. You kidding? Francis Ford Coppola he let George Lucas bankrupt him.
Yeah.
For it's THX 1136. that bankrupted him. And if it weren't for that, we would never have gotten Godfather.
True, but then Lucas redeemed himself and then gave us
Star Wars.
no, not Star
Actually,
Wars.
American Graffiti.
American Graffiti.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
hold on. Wait a second. So the bankruptcy actually forced Coppola into a situation where he made The Godfather?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
their very first choice as director.
Okay.
And he said, "No, I'm not doing this. This is no one wants to see a period piece because it was a period piece, and it was early '70s. It's like 1940s. Who gives a shit about the 1940s?"
Oh, so he
And
turned down the project.
he turned it down completely. Turned it down flat. And then George Lucas, who was his friend, he produced his THX 1136
138
THX 1138
sci-fi movie.
sci-fi movie with Donald Pleasance.
Oh yeah, I remember
Yeah, it was
hearing
very
about
white
that.
and blue and very stark, and
It's especially when you see that, and then it's the guy that made Star Wars. There's just a very stark difference.
yes, but you have to understand that Lucas always wanted to have those like long monologue-y scenes.
Oh, yeah.
It was more debate than anything else. It was very Star Trek rather than Star Wars. But you know,
Hell of
later
it.
on-
He's admitted this. Hell of a director. The writing needs work.
Yeah. He's very, very cosmic C-SPAN.
So
when
I'm
it
just
comes
going
to
to
that.
try to
So
link
all right,
this.
here we
So
go.
Coppola
So Coppola
all of a
funds
sudden
his film.
reconsiders.
THX.
Yes.
Boom. Nothing. Just it sucks. Big ass.
Yeah,
Boom. At the box office, it flops big time, and it kind of puts Coppola on the ropes. Zoetrope films,
American Zoetrope.
American Zoetrope. So to make ends meet, he had to take the Godfather gig, and the rest is history.
Interesting.
So,
oh,
because
wow.
Mario Puzo, when he wrote The Godfather, he actually came in and did the screenplay too, which almost never happens.
Interesting.
And he kept
Okay.
it very true to the.
So are you channeling your George Lucas here with this going on?
Lovey.
So just a little spoiler here for everyone who has missed the Zap beard. The
It's
Zap
coming
beard
back.
is making
coming
a
back?
return.
I'm
Yeah, it's
doing
coming
it.
back. Yep, it's coming back.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Thank you. And we have a couple of questions. If you
Sucks,
want to go up.
sucks big ass phrase of the day. Sure, why not?
Yeah, sure thing, Justin. Sucks big ass.
Question. Was it
Jennifer
this one?
Kaminsky.
Jennifer Kaminsky.
Up a little bit.
Oh,
up
there-
a little bit. No, up a little bit.
Where we
Up a
go,
little
where we
bit,
go,
up
where
a
we
little
go.
bit. There you go.
Oh, there we go. Any holiday events for the stash in December?
I'm going to let you take this one, Lovey.
Thanks. Holiday events. So we're not going to have our traditional holiday event that we did last year because Kevin and Jay are going to be in on Monday. And the store will be closed, by the way. You
Store's
can go
closed on
online.
Monday.
Store's closed on Monday because there'll be a big blowout. The Stash has got 3 2-hour segments. Our neighbors Pop Freak will be alternating with us for 3 2-hour segments on Whatnot. So there'll be a live auction going on with a bunch of Buy It Now items. Kevin and Jay are going to be hosting all 3 segments beginning at 10 o'clock in the morning. So from 10 to 12 is the first segment, and it'll be here at the Stash. And it's really exciting. I know Kevin and Jay have done Whatnot before. I believe that they've been guests on some other Whatnot streams. But it's going to be 6 hours, and it's
Well, actually,
I think
it's 12 hours.
Well, 12 hours total, but 6 hours
The
for
12
the Stash.
hours of Christmas. 12 hours of Christmas. I'm trying to do my Kevin
So
voice.
12,
The
12,
12 hours of
12,
Christmas,
12 on,
kids.
12 hours on 12, 12, basically.
12, 12, 12.
10 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock at night. Like I said, it'll be Stash for 2 hours, Pop Freak for 2 hours, back to the Stash. So we'll be ping-ponging back and forth. But really, I mean, we have spent time combing through the basement. We're looking for, like the last one of something.
We've got vintage stuff.
We've got vintage, one of a kind.
When we moved over here, there were like many boxes that
You had whole ass storage units.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, we had, and there's going to be stuff that I've collected and have been holding on to for a very special occasion. This is that special occasion.
Yeah,
Ooh.
we've got tons of really interesting wall books. Kevin and Jay will be doing some signing.
Yep.
You'll have an opportunity to buy items that we have in the store that you may not have seen before. And Kevin and Jay will go into a little bit about why these items are important.
We're doing some giveaways too.
We're doing giveaways, and
there's
there'll be a specially produced comic booky too,
Yes.
just for the event that folks can get. So it's going to be a blast. I mean, it's Kevin and Jay. We hope people tune in and find some good stuff. I mean, your Christmas shopping, you're going to be able to make some deals. But just to see the two of them having a blast all day long in the stash is worth you logging on and following Jay and Silent Bob Stash, right? On
Jay and
Whatnot.
Silent Bob Stash,
Jay and
yep.
Silent Bob Stash on Whatnot. So that'll be a lot of fun. So that is going to be our Christmas blowout extravaganza.
Yeah,
this
and
year.
we've got some stuff coming up in January. So Jen, you might want to rally the troops a little bit later on because I'm just going to tease this because I haven't finalized it, but we're going to have a signing with a very special friend.
Ooh.
Yeah,
More to be revealed.
more to be revealed.
I know there has to be some.
He's
there
a
has to be
friend
some
of mine.
holiday magic, right? So
I don't know if he's a friend of you.
Holiday anticipation. So,
I like how Mike's just like, he's my friend. I don't know about yours.
I don't know about you.
Mike, there's a question for you here, man.
Sure.
Going to a con on Friday, Mike Haltry. I'm going as Joel
Hey,
from
Mike Haltry.
from
MST3K.
MST3K. Sorry, I always see it and then I'm like, what?
And you want to know my thoughts on which bots you should take? Servo is easier to carry, but Crow is more impressive. I've always
good
felt
question.
it's a great question. I've always felt that between Mike and Joel, Mike was more of Crow's bitch. Can I say that? Yeah. And Servo and Joel had like that. What's up, Jack?
Hey, Jack.
Morning, Jack. So, I would take Servo because Crow is really cool, but it's Servo, man. He's pretty damn impressive too.
Hey, Matt.
So, hello, Matt. Good morning. So, you can't go wrong. Whichever one you choose. But I've always felt that Tom Servo was more of a Joel, like Joel and he were bonded, and whereas Mike Nelson and Crow T Robot were like joined at the hip.
Okay. Well, there you go, man.
Or take Gypsy and just fuck everybody.
Jen, have any more Silent Bob hoodies in a small or a medium?
Any more Silent Bob hoodies? Silent Bob hoodies.
Silent Bob
I have
hoodies.
Bob Hawks hoodies in a small, Jen. If that's
Bob,
what you're
well, you
looking
mean
for.
you mean the jerseys?
Well, no, I have
No.
a Bob Hawks hoodie.
Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do. The very last one.
Jen, call the store.
Is that Jen Kaminsky?
That's
Yeah.
Jen Kaminsky.
She's going to make me update my list now. She's going to come in and buy it before we put it up on the Whatnot. Just kidding, Jen. Call the store. If you want a
And
small, we got it.
Jen, call the store, and I'll even tell you who we're gonna have.
So what you want to know something kind of crazy that happened at the film festival that was a lot of fun?
Yeah.
Well, that was fun for me. Bob, I met Bob Hawk. I finally got to meet him.
No. Oh, yes, you did. We
But-
saw him, but not at the film festival. Didn't he come into the Clerks 3 showing over at...
He did.
Yes. You pointed him out to me.
Yes.
That's cool. So he was at the film festival, too?
Oh, he was. He
Oh,
was.
that's
He was at
great.
the award show, and so was Kevin's mom.
Oh, Grace was here.
Grace
Yes,
was
she
here.
was. Grace
Great.
was here. I didn't get to see Grace this time around.
So
I love Grace. She's
I
amazing.
do too. So fun fact: before I met Kevin, I met Grace. So when he was at the mall where I happened to be as well, I went up and his mom was there with him, and she saw that I was like shaking from how nervous I was. She's like, "Are you all right?" I was like, "I'm just nervous." She's like, "Oh, don't be. My son's a nice guy."
Aw.
And I
That's very
Kevin was doing a mall signing.
No,
What the
no.
hell?
He was there with his mom
Gotcha,
and
of
went
course.
live and then swarmed. And I'm sorry, I was
Gotcha.
part of the swarm. This was when I was super fan. But yeah, no, it was just super funny. But Bob Hawk remembered me because we had communicated a little bit on Clerks 3, and I didn't think he would remember me, but he was like, "Oh yeah, hair."
Did you say yeah? Hey,
Yeah, hair. And I was like, all
me,
right, that's
hair.
cool. I'm down to be known by
Gotcha.
that.
You got some
but
pretty awesome
knowing
hair, man.
knowing Bob Hawk was there was just super cool, and the story he told was really cool, really long but really cool.
Wow.
I felt so bad because Ernie brought Bob up to the side of the stage because he was going to present the best documentary winners. But Kevin told like a 20-minute story about meeting Bob Hawke, and Bob's just standing there with Ernie on the side of the stage, like, "You ready? We doing this?" but it was so good, and
He like crumpled to the floor. He's like,
at one point he was taking a nap on Ernie's shoulder.
yeah, it'll happen. Well, we did that with Stan Lee. Stan Lee did the same thing at the back poker table for Comic Book Men.
Oh my god!
And I know he had like Sharpie like pressed up against his face. Wake up! He's got like Sharpie all up and down his face. We're like, oh fuck.
One of my favorite clips. So when I was putting the stash show together that I found of Comic Book Men is you guys around the fake counter and Stan sitting on it, and you all are listening to him tell stories. I'm watching that clip and I'm like, this is the most genuine moment in this show probably, where like people, this is actually them. They're all kids right now.
That's exactly. And I swear to God, and I call him when I say the fucker hopped up. I mean Stan. I mean that in the most
sincere
and loving way. The fucker jumped up on the counter. 92 years old. You couldn't get Johnson to get his
to do that.
No, there's absolutely no way. None of us could do that. Maybe Ming with his downward dog or whatever the fuck that is. But no, he just hopped up there, spun around, and his ass was like. I was impressed. I'm like, holy fuck! How did you do that?
I'm singing in the rain.
Yeah, that was the Lambeau leap. I'm like, wow, that is incredibly impressive.
That's dope.
He did a Lambeau leap, honey.
That is cool.
That's one of the like. You have people that you like wish you got to meet. That's like one of those people where it's like, fuck.
Stan is. You know who I wanted? We were just talking about this the other night, and I would have loved to have met, and I've said this before, Chadwick Boseman. He was like the one guy from the MCU. I mean, it'd be nice to meet everybody else, like Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. and Hemsworth. But
there's something so regal about the dude.
He was, and to find out that that's not, he doesn't even have that accent. Because I would have been like really disappointed if he comes up, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. I'm like,
that's not your actual.
No, where is your Wakandan accent, Mike King?
Wakanda's not a real place, Mike.
Not that we know of.
It is in my heart, damn it.
Not that we know of.
It's right here, buddy, right here. But we were just talking about this today about
Coulter.
Mike Coulter. No, we met him.
Well, actually, it was Mike Coulter was one of the very few, because when Comic Book Men was running, I mean, we had small kids. We were trying to get back into the house after Sandy.
God.
I was working full time. I mean, I wasn't on the set very much, but there were a couple people that, when I heard they were going to be on, I'm like, okay, I got to use some time. I got to request some time off and go. Just say hello.
Mike Coulter.
Mike Coulter was one. Peter Mayhew was another. Yeah. I couldn't come for Stan Lee. I would have loved to do that. But I was saying to Michael, we're watching, the Good Wife. It's a TV show, but he figures prominently in it as one of the characters. And I'd never seen him in anything but
Luke Cage.
And
the Brothers, yeah.
And so I said to Michael this morning, I'm like, it's so cool to see him, in a different kind of role and to see like his full range. I don't know that is he still like?
Yes, he's still acting.
Still out there?
He's on this amazing show called Evil.
Really?
Oh my god!
And does he play? Because he plays a bad guy.
No, he plays a good guy. He plays he plays like a priest who's questioning things because it's all about like supernatural evils and stuff like that.
Oh,
and
I totally
like the
have
realities
to look at
of
that,
it.
though.
It's on Paramount Plus. That sounds about
Do we
right.
have
Yeah.
access to Paramount Plus?
Yeah,
Okay,
we've got
that's good.
Paramount Plus.
I would watch him after seeing like his him in his one role as a superhero, maybe kind of an anti-hero in a way, and then seeing him in this, and I'm going to have to tune into that. He's just got a great range. I'm glad to hear that he's still out there because he's got a lot of talent. But so we were just talking about people that we got to meet, and he was just the nicest guy.
So
like
genuine.
Just like you with Kevin. I was just standing there and I'm like, I don't want to interrupt him. And then all of a sudden I like see him walking down the street and he's like as impressive as he is on the screen. You know how they can make people look taller and broader?
He is
I mean, they don't have to do a damn thing for him.
He's
You
huge.
know,
He's
he is exactly how you
He's
see him on
as-
screen.
As physically impressive as you are, Christian. He is.
Yeah,
that-
I mean, the man
Mike.
owns every molecule of space that he's
Oh,
in,
hell
and,
yeah.
and a wide berth around him. But he was just, I mean, he looked down and he had that smile, and I'm like, oh, okay,
He's got
I'm
that-
totally fangirling
Yeah,
on this
you
guy.
did fangirl.
I
was like,
I did.
Ahem.
I did.
Ahem.
Jules, we got a question for you.
Oh, okay.
A follow-up from Mike Lamb from a few weeks ago. We know you don't like time travel.
Oh God, yes.
Does this include the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future in the Christmas Carol?
Good question. Holy crap.
Well, that actually, to me, I mean, it is and it isn't. So, like, the thing I don't like about time travel is trying to keep track of, like, what the fuck you can and can't do and who is, like, intersecting with who. I mean, these are just, like, ghosts that came back through, like, a portal, right? And they make their statement and then they fuck off, as Kevin likes to say, right? That is okay with me. I mean, like,
Okay.
like the multiverse concept, like you can jump through a portal and go to a different universe. I'm fine with that. To me, it's a little different than serious like fucking
Then
time travel.
There's a difference between a Christmas Carol and Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. To me, there is in my mind. there
Okay,
is.
so the ghost, you can take him back
Thanks,
in
Mark
time,
Lamb.
and you can't fuck with time. They can't do anything. They're a ghost.
Exactly.
He's
you
a
know.
ghost as well. So
So I don't
they're
have to
just
keep.
showing
I don't
you.
have to keep track of the fucking butterfly effect, and you know, he was
Yeah.
like he patted this person on the shoulder. Therefore, now we have to go back and retcon the whole. I mean, you know, it's too much.
Yeah.
It simplified time travel, where it
is.
was like you can't do a damn thing.
Until you wake up. You
Yeah.
piece of shit. You
Yeah,
fucking
but you
Scrooge
act in
bastard.
you act in the present, not like you're not fucking with the past
No,
or like
no.
kind
Yeah,
of
no.
stuff. Yeah.
That's like a big thing in that book. Is like Scrooge is only like watching memories happen, and that's why he's like changing.
And he's
shit.
like, this is a possible future. Because he questions that. He's like, is this
is this
set
the
in
things that will
stone?
be or things that may be?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And motherfucker, everybody's going to be dead. I mean,
Oh,
think
yeah.
about it. It's like, they're showing
Everyone's
you a
gonna-
tombstone with like cracks and, somebody pissed on it. And you're like, all right, yeah.
Even though Mark, I can tell you that I've seen Scrooge and I've seen a couple versions of Scrooge. I don't mind it. I don't know. It's like I know that I feel like I should love Christmas movies more, but I really don't. I love the animated Christmas stuff. But, like I said, A Wonderful Life, never watched that. It's depressing to me. And Scrooged, also depressing to me.
You said Scrooge. Were you talking about the one with
Scrooge.
Albert Finney, like the old '70s one?
Yeah, which one's your favorite?
I've
Christmas?
seen that one.
I'm biased, Mike.
I've seen that one.
Of course it is, the Muppets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Which is one I have to watch. I probably would enjoy that, and I haven't seen that yet. Didn't go back and watch that yet.
Now's the ideal
Yeah,
time
it is.
because
Yeah.
Because you
it's
won't be
true.
judged. If
Well,
you're
you
if
won't be judged.
You're watching it in May. You're like, I'm watching A Christmas Carol. People are like, what the? Are you out of your fucking mind?
Guys,
Two.
I am so sorry, everybody. Too.
No, we're ganging up on
I
you.
had to schedule a work-related conference call, and I
Yeah,
had to
this
go.
is important.
So you guys are going to be able to. You guys are fine. You guys are going to be able to
We
pull it
got
across
this.
the finish line, guys.
How about this? I'll
tune
tell you
in
one
next
thing
week.
before you
Okay,
go.
Yes, go ahead.
You like animated Christmas stuff.
Yeah,
Stuff like that.
do.
There's a new adaptation of A Christmas Carol on Netflix that is purely animated, and it's Luke Evans as the voice of Ebenezer Scrooge. And it's actually pretty damn good.
Luke Evans, who played Bard in The Hobbit, right? Is that him? And didn't he play
I
like a
think that's him.
vampire? Didn't he play
I know him-
Dracula? Hold
yeah,
on.
yes,
now I have to
something
go look.
like that.
Now I have to go look.
But no, it was a pretty fun time. And I was
Really?
like, okay, this is actually pretty cool.
Was had by most. Except for those
Yes,
people.
exactly. That's who it is. Yeah. Luke Evans, Bard.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, and he was also wasn't he?
He was in some
Gaston.
vampire movie that was
He
pretty
was,
good.
Yeah.
He was in the live action Beauty and the Beast
And where can I catch that?
on Netflix.
Netflix. Okay.
It's number 5 in trending.
Netflix, which is supposed to be
Oh
opening
yeah, he
up
was Dracula. Dracula,
huge,
like, the true story.
yeah, something like that. Netflix is supposed to be moving in down the street, right?
Yes, that's apparent. That's a maybe.
All right.
I hope so.
I know.
That's one of the reasons I decided to stay in Jersey.
Gotcha.
Was-
I like Scrooged. Scrooged was all right.
I do like Scrooge.
Yeah,
I like
back
the,
off, big man.
I
I work
like-
with the ladies, but not with me.
I like their version of Jacob Marley. how he was just almost like a full on skeleton.
John Forsythe, comes back. He's like, comes back in his golfing regalia.
Yeah. What's your favorite Christmas Carol adaptation?
Yeah, Scrooged.
Scrooged.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was, John Glover was in it. You had, oh my God, Robert Mitchum. Let's see.
And that was Bill Murray's comeback movie, wasn't it? Like he took a break for a while and then
Was it what, 86, 87?
something like I think
Yeah,
it was. I think it might have been actually in the 90s. I'm not sure.
No, it was not the 90s. It was 86 or 87. I can tell you that.
88.
88. All right, then I was close.
Yeah. But yeah.
Alfre Woodward. How do we say her name? Alfre?
Yeah, that was close. Alfred Woodward.
David Johansen.
Bobcat Goldthwait.
Yeah. John Forsythe was awesome in it. Karen Allen, who was my crush. My God. Huge crush on Karen Allen. Who didn't? If you didn't, you're a horrible, horrible human being. I think every one of the Murray brothers was in that movie.
Really?
Yeah, take a look. If you go back, yes, there you are.
Joe Murray, Bill Murray,
Yep.
Brian. Wow, John Murphy.
He played John Murray. That was his.
Murray.
These guys, these two brothers were They were playing the Trivial Pursuit.
Wow. Wait, Buddy Hackett. Oh, Buddy Hackett
Buddy
is
Hackett
in that
was
movie.
Yeah, he was Scrooge.
In the TV.
Yeah, in the TV.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Robert Goulet. Lee Majors.
Lee Majors. Yeah, the day the reindeer
Yep.
died.
Because they had the action, the sad
And I
action
want to
movie.
see the day the reindeer. You've been a good boy this year, Lee. You've been a real good boy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that deserves another watching too. So we were talking about watching 40-Year-Old Virgin again, because I just every once in a while I like to go back and rewatch a movie because it's fun. But we were talking about how these guys didn't fucking know. They've worked together for years, and they at a Best Buy ostensibly, and they didn't know each other, and fucking it's in Steve Carell. His character is talking to Seth. Oh my God, I was going to say Seth Rogen. I was going to say Seth Meyers' character. I'm like, Seth Meyers wasn't in the movie.
That's a very different version of
Exactly.
40-Year-Old Virgin.
Oh my God, that would have been a horrible version. No, Seth Meyers, I'm sure, is a perfectly cromulent man.
Yeah.
But they're talking to each other, and he's like, making the spinning move, the Russian roulette, where he's talking about making egg salad, and
Oh my God.
it's just so awesome. Then they get to know each other, which is like,
And they're
insane.
like, oh yeah, we should probably get to know each other.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Ed Weird, I relate. I had to step out of the theater during the chest waxing. I was laughing so hard I couldn't breathe.
For
you
me-
know why that's so funny?
because it was real.
Because it was real.
Yeah.
The person that they hired didn't know how to do it. She
Yeah.
just wanted the gig.
I know.
So,
And his nipples were bleeding, which it sucks. Oh,
my
man.
God. And my favorite thing about that scene isn't Steve Carell's reactions per se. It's everyone else around him.
Yes.
Like Paul Rudd and Seth Rogen going like, oh my God, just honest reaction.
The thing I kept rewinding on because
Kelly Clarkson.
No, was the you know how I know you're gay, the back and forth.
Oh my God.
That was so fucking funny.
That whole era of comedy movies I miss.
Macrame'd a pair of jean shorts. That was great. I feel like this is one of 3 calls where you're like, I'm taking a break from dating. I think I might be into guys, and I'm full on gay. So.
Oh my God. Someone had a question or two for you earlier. I'm just trying to find it. I think that favorite Disney
Vinny?
Christmas movie.
All right.
No.
So we're let's tell them what's coming up.
Oh yeah, let's
tell
do
these
that.
folks what's coming up.
Should I start with Smog Castle Film
Go to
Fest?
town,
Not
why
Film
not?
Fest. Smog Castle Cinemas on December 10th. People, get your tickets. We got double feature of Terrifier with writer director, and I believe some of the cast is coming through too.
Oh, cool.
If Art the Clown showed up, I might have to leave though.
You'll shit yourself.
Dude, have you seen him like
Fucking
he's genuinely like terrifying.
horrifying, of course.
And well,
Clowns in general are terrifying. I don't care who you are, because underneath that makeup, we've been not indoctrinated. We've been
close.
yeah, it's close to it. Let's put it this way: John Wayne Gacy was a clown, so we know this.
Yes,
we
we do.
know he was a clown and he was a serial killer. So
I'm staying away from clowns.
why the fuck would you fuck with a clown anyway?
The odds are not stacked in our
No.
favor. Like
No, never. You got a clown.
you're fucked.
I'm flipping a coin as to whether or not it's a murder.
So, do you remember when that whole that clown craze was going on, where clowns were just randomly showing up at places?
Yeah, it was like, and especially in Jersey,
Yeah.
because there was a guy who would just like stand there and wave, and he had fucking balloons. He standing on the side of the road in New Jersey. I forget where it was, but you can go back and look in Weird New Jersey. They probably have, under like police blotter or whatever it is. There's a dude, and it's not even at like 4:00 in the afternoon. This is like 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
Where he's standing there with a balloon waving at people who drive by.
I wrote a
That's
movie about it.
Fucked up.
I wrote
Then
a
let's
whole,
do it. That should be in.
You want to know the title? Clownpocalypse Now.
I love it. Clownpocalypse. That is fantastic.
I have a whole story for it, man. I'll tell you after the show.
How about Harlequin Horror?
I like that.
There you go.
Oh man, that's wait. We were talking about 40-Year-Old Virgin. That era of comedy. Oh, Knocked Up is one of my favorite movies. That's a fucking great. That whole era of comedy movies.
Jen Kaminsky. Yes, Jen. Yes, I'm. To be honest with you, you know what? I didn't like Katherine Heigl shitting all over it.
Yeah,
that kind of soured it for me. But Judd Apatow and Kevin Smith, they have a shared
like
humor
shit.
tooth.
Yeah.
Can we call it a humor tooth?
Yeah, I think we can. Kevin pointed this out recently, where it's like Judd Apatow kind of got big making Kevin Smith movies.
That's true. Yeah, and there was another one over here that's right here. Is it just me, or is Buster Poindexter in Scrooge basically Benicio del Toro? No, Benicio del Toro is just basically Buster Poindexter, because I gotta say that he came first. Our man, Buster came first.
Chrissy, you're evil. Although I might have to tell you a story. I joined in on that craze. Wore an evil jester costume and walked around the town when the kids got out of high school and were walking through. That's just, you're asking to get beat up. Like,
No, or you're gonna murder somebody. So, Chrissy, I can
know-
see you killing somebody. That wouldn't surprise me at all. If you had a crawl space full of corpses, that's not a judgment.
it just
It just
we
is.
just knew.
If,
we just knew.
And if someone comes in, and they're like, "Were you surprised that Chrissy Wiseman was a killer clown?" Be like, "No. There were some. We had some pretty big signs."
Yeah. I did pull a great prank on my neighborhood, though. My old neighborhood. I woke up I did this before. I went to a local pharmacy. I bought 10 red balloons.
Mm-hmm.
And at 3:00 in the morning, I woke up and I tied a balloon to every sewer grate around my block. So when everybody woke up, I just looked at all the adults going to work who were freaking out and be like, who the fuck did this? And I only was able to do it because I knew for a fact no one on my block had security cameras outside. So I could do it. No one knows me.
I grew up in the 70s and 80s, so I didn't have to worry about that shit. So,
Oh, it was so good.
what the hell did I do that? Oh, well,
Surprise, Parkside. I don't live there no more, so fuck them.
actually, my friend and I, it was really funny. We pretended to fight on a bridge.
Oh, God.
We were like in the middle of a bridge, and he picked me up and threw me over when a car went by. That was fucking awesome.
See,
That was great.
I like pranks like that when they're like pre-planned, where it's like, all right, you ready? Like,
Yeah.
let's do it. All right, Mike, you're good. It's not too high. Perfect.
No,
Toss
they-
me.
They
Ah!
checked me right over, and it was like, the guy, and then he jumped in the thing too. He's like, all right, well, I'm out of here. And just like right over.
That dude sped out of there because he was like, did I just see someone get murdered?
Did I just see somebody commit suicide too?
Oh my God. He's like, I killed my friend. I don't want to be here anymore. Dude's like, I'm out. I'm fucking out.
All right, dude, that must. Some guy's been in like therapy for years.
Because you pulled the prank on him.
Because he's a fucking alcoholic now. He's like, I'm just trying to blot that out of my brain.
I was just trying to go to work, and I saw these kids die.
They're the sweetest boys ever.
And meanwhile, he's watching the show, and somehow he comes across this. And
Motherfucker.
he's like,
That son of a bitch.
I'm going to kill Mike Zapsik.
It dresses up like a clown and just like walks down the street at 2 a.m.
You know, not for nothing. That's actually kind of a cool movie idea where this dude who's like a victim of a prank thinks it was real, but then finds out it's not, and it's his revenge ploy.
Oh my God, yeah, that would be great. Oh,
Copyright Arcade Productions and
Yeah.
Secret Stash Productions. Sorry, guys. We're writing that bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's a good one. Do y'all remember the movie Problem Child? The clown room scene. I don't know that movie.
I don't remember. Well, Problem Child was with John Ritter and the kid who could have been
Three's Company guy?
Yeah, Three's Company guy and could have been a fucking Weasley, whoever that is. And Lorraine Newman was in it, which was weird. And Jack Warden. So I don't remember that. You know what? That was at a really weird point in my life where I don't remember a lot. So I'm just going to leave that there.
Okay. Fair enough. Chrissy Wiseman is just pleading that she's not a serial killer.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
We believe you.
Yeah, sure. Sure thing there. You got it, Chrissy.
And Chrissy's like, make those as comics. That's not a bad idea for a comic book.
Cool. We'll do it.
All right. Like some kind of masquerade-esque. Yeah, I can see that.
The comic.
Oh, people.
And put them up. Beautiful. So.
Got to conduct business while doing the show, of course.
I know.
Mike, I see you got a pile of comics.
I do, and guess what that means, folks?
I think that means it's top 5 time.
I believe so.
Well, I wish I could click on it because someone keeps deleting my top 5 thing out of here.
Who?
So I think that this is this button still. Is it? Yes, it is. There we go.
Here we go. Number 1 is actually Hexware. Number 1. This is by Tim Seeley. And let's see who does the artwork. Scotto Lavinia.
Wait, what is
it's
that
called
cover?
Hexware. It's actually pretty cool.
Oh my God!
So these are
Android witches?
Yes. So this is an Android witch in the future that's coming, or a very near future. There are everybody who is in the have like the top 1%ers. They all have androids to do stuff for them, like Rosie the robot on the Jetsons. Great show, by the way. Watch the Jetsons. So what happens is some of the have-nots have a problem with some of the haves, and one of them blows up this person's building and kills the daughter of the owner of this android. So the android goes and downloads every bit of data that she has on witchcraft.
Oh,
And hilarity ensues. So
I love that.
it's a great concept. I
That's
want to
such
see what
a
this
cool. Someone already left the top comment. Scarlet Witch and Vision had a kid.
And yes, Scarlet Witch and Vision did have 2 children. They're called Tommy and Billy. And if you watch WandaVision, you'll see it. And here, take a look. Absolutely, you can take it home and read it.
That is such a cool premise for a book.
Great premise.
I love this so much. What's up, Shane? How are you, man? Just for reference sakes, Hexware number 1. All right, what you got next?
All right, next up is it's one of the top 2. It's Dark Web number 1. Dark Web number 1. Everyone's like, what's going on with the Dark Web? Well, turns out there are in the Marvel comic universe, there are a couple of clones of people who kind of got short end of the stick. There's Madeline Pryor, who was the clone of Jean Grey, and Ben Reilly, who was the clone of Peter Parker. And they're not terribly happy with the way that their lives have turned out. So they're pretty pissed at their respective source material.
Oh my God.
So
I've never heard of someone who'd been cloned and the previous person being called source material.
why not? That's awesome.
I love that.
So they are.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they're coming at him, and they're coming at him in a pretty crappy way. So yeah, they're pretty pissed. So
Damn.
yeah,
Spider-Man Dark Web.
Dark Web number 1. Here we go. Fantastic Four number 2. This is
You featured this book recently.
Fantastic Four number 1, which was the Thing, and he had to deal with like a ghost town.
Oh, okay.
Remember that? It was a ghost town. Actually, it was Groundhog's Day.
Oh, that's right. The looping. That I remember that book because I was like, that's a cool story that could be adapted.
Yes.
Really, really awesome.
This is also a very cool story. This is Reed and Sue. Now, something happened with the Fantastic Four, and Reed blames himself. He should have been able to control the outcome or some such nonsense.
Now,
Nonsense.
Is it still the Fantastic Four? Or are we down a member?
Well, we'll see next week or next month if Johnny Storm comes back. I'm assuming he will.
Okay.
Because, Four, Fantastic Four.
Understood.
But this time around, they're in a small town where Victor Von Doom has left a footprint, and they have to figure some stuff out. And
what
it's
does
actually
a footprint
pretty
of
cool.
Dr. Doom look like?
You're gonna it's like a shiny metal boot up your ass is what it looks like. So, and turns out that that's exactly what it is. And yeah, read it, pick it up, and you'll see.
Side note: what are your thoughts on those Fantastic Four movies? But at most, what are your thoughts on their Doctor Doom? Because I always liked that portrayal of the character, even if the movies might have been like.
Is Julian what's his name? Do we know
something?
that? Julian something.
Yeah.
Again, here's my problem with anybody who is portraying Dr. Doom or Lex Luthor or somebody who thinks they know best. They need to be really smart. You need to have somebody in there who
Who can bring in intelligence, like an actual.
and the uber intelligence. You need somebody who is. It's like if you got somebody portraying Reed Richards, like John Krasinski. John Krasinski. Did you ever see Jack Ryan?
Yeah.
Jack Ryan's a genius. All right, Jack Ryan is a top level thinker. He's he's a CIA analyst. You believe Krasinski is that smart because I believe he is that smart. If you watch The Big Bang Theory, Sheldon Cooper.
You believe he's smart?
Absolutely, because I'm absolutely certain that what's his name, Jim Parsons is that smart.
Mm-hmm.
So you need somebody who can bring that to it. The only credible Lex Luthor, in my opinion, you had Gene Hackman, who had Lex Luthor as a used car salesman.
Yeah, I love the Superman movie, but that was like. That's not one of my favorite parts of it.
No, it's not. Yeah, Lex is, and
He's
he's
weak.
he's constantly.
He's got hair.
Well, he takes it off.
He does take it off, but
And you had Kevin Spacey, who, aside from being a horrible human being,
yeah,
was just like playing Gene Hackman playing Lex Luthor. So it's like, holy crap! He's the Xerox of Lex Luthor's. And
are you about to say what I think you're going to say?
Michael Rosenbaum was a thoroughly charming Lex Luthor, but I didn't for 1 second believe that he was a super genius. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, but I because I think. Are you going to say what I think you're going to say though in terms of the next person who plays Lex Luthor? Because I would agree with you.
Well, I was going to say that Clancy Brown was the only credible Lex Luthor.
You think so?
think
oh
so.
well, his animated. Yeah.
Oh, the voice of and I've seen him with no hair, and he would make a fucking great Lex Luthor.
That's true.
But
Although I will say, if under those guidelines that you set, I do see Jesse Eisenberg's portrayal being well. It's just he's too Weasley.
I don't think that Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah, his voice is too high, but
Yeah,
I could
that's
see
right.
I could see him being that level of smart. And I think I'm only seeing that because of After the Social Network.
I'm going to say one thing, and this may not be popular. This may have people being like, "You're out of your fucking mind." You know who would make a great Lex Luthor? Who? Woody Harrelson. Think about it. Think about it for a second. He's got the acting chops. He's also incredibly bright.
Whoa!
And he plays dumb.
Really well.
He plays dumb incredibly well, but you know that motherfucker is smart as
Mike,
shit.
I'm not going to... What? That's excellent casting.
I'm telling you. I think that
Woody Harrelson
would be
as
the
Lex Luthor.
best Lex Luthor in the world because he's got a little bit of the arrogance.
Oh, yeah.
We saw it as Tallahassee in Zombieland.
But then he's got
really
that...
smart.
He's got that twisted nature to him a little
course,
bit,
yeah.
where I'm thinking natural
Natural born killers.
born
Yeah.
killers.
He would be very, and he's also really charming, smart, and you just see him as a fucking socio and psychopath. He can be both. So
See, the people agree. Good call on Woody.
I think he would be amazing.
Awesome. James Gunn, we know you listen
Yeah.
to the show. You know what to do.
Yeah, it's yours, buddy. Yours.
And then someone's like Robert Downey as Lex Luthor.
Nah.
That's Iron Man. Sorry, man.
he's Iron Man.
He's Iron Man. He can't
Although
go-
he would make he's got the arrogance for it. But
That's true. But he's Iron Man.
all right, Dark Crisis Warzone.
Ooh.
This is actually really cool. It's a bunch of this is a one shot, and it's an anthology series with a bunch of small vignettes where we find out
Now a
Red
one
Canary. We find out about many characters. These are like just small.
Red Canary?
Red Canary. There's Red Canary, and who's following the footsteps of Dinah Lance. So yeah, and it's actually pretty cool.
So you said that's a one shot, but a one shot during a major
Crossover,
event that's
yes.
going on right
yeah,
now.
The Dark,
Okay.
Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths.
All right, what we got next?
Okay, this is our last one, except for I have a very special shout out. But this is Frank Miller Presents.
Ooh.
Frank Miller Presents Pandora. This is written by Frank, which is great. I thought it was really, really well done. The art and colors were by Emma Kubert, who actually, we had her in here. She's the granddaughter of the great Joe Kubert and daughter of, I think, is it Andy or Adam Kubert? Maybe Adam.
This is an artist?
She's an artist. She actually went
Well,
to
her
the Kubert
parents
school.
did?
Her father. Her
father?
father is there's Andy and Adam Kubert. They're both artists, and I want to say it's that her. Well, one of the guys, Adam or Andy, is her father, and the other one is her uncle. So that's pretty cool. So
That's dope.
it
Family of
runs in the
artists.
family. They've
Yeah.
got talent. These people, these Kuberts, and I actually went to the Kubert school. It's really cool up there. It's in Dover, New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
It's beautiful, beautiful campus, and just they have one of the coolest bookstores I've ever seen. So this is really, really well done. And there's this young lady who gets into some trouble through circumstances and just by nature, just because she's, you know how there are people that trouble just finds them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm one of them. But this was really, really, really well done. The artwork was amazing, and this had a lot of soul. So I loved it.
Speaking of characters that find trouble,
Pandora.
Pick it up, people. I watched this movie on Netflix that I wholly recommend to anybody, to you as well. It's called Bullet Train, and it has
Brad Pitt.
it has Brad Pitt, Brian Henry Thompson, who played Quicksilver?
That's Evan Peters.
No, the Marvel MCU Quicksilver.
Oh, that dude.
Yeah,
that dude in it.
That dude's in it too.
Wasn't it like Aaron something?
Aaron Johnson.
Aaron
I
Johnson?
think it's Aaron.
Let's say Aaron Johnson.
Aaron Johnson. But yeah, no. Hella funny movie that is just, it's like it's kind of not a murder mystery, but just like a really cool,
Like a mystery?
yeah, mystery,
Gotcha.
but like just trying to figure out who put all these
Gotcha.
top level assassins on a train. And it actually has someone who I think could actually play a great Lex Luthor in it as well. I think Brian Henry Thompson could make a really interesting Lex Luthor. He's on Atlanta. He also voiced, I think, Miles Morales' dad in Spider-Verse. I'll pull up a picture for him. But I think he's got this like serious look that I'm like, I could see him doing it. It'd be an alternate version of Lex Luthor because he's a man of color, but I could definitely see.
I don't see a problem with the black Lex Luthor.
I don't either, but I think he could do it.
I've seen him before. Yeah.
He's also in that Child's Play remake, and he's pretty funny in that. He plays a cop who's piecing it together, and he's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
I think he could play a great Lex Luthor. That's just my opinion, but we'll see. The dude from Kick-Ass. Oh, yeah, it is the guy. Aaron Johnson is the guy who played Kick-Ass.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
James McAvoy for Lex Luthor.
No, too British.
Too British?
I think
he's too married to be in Professor X. I think he's too fantastic at that job.
Actually, listen to him on in the Audible version of
Sandman.
He
oh
is
my
also Sandman.
God, he's a great Sandman.
He is, but then again, Netflix also has a great Sandman.
I know, but damn, we can have
spoiled.
both.
We are spoiled with abundances.
Jason Mewes is Lex Luthor. Snoogans.
That's right, Kyle.
Some people just want to watch the world burn. Mike.
Yeah, no, seriously. And other people just want to watch the cinema burn. So this came out
Ooh, what's this?
this week. Quick Stops number 2.
Oh, I love that cover.
This is the Sjogren cover. I'm showing the Sjogren cover. We also have a Phil Hester cover and a Jeff Quigley cover. That's our Secret Stash exclusive. And Phil Hester does the interiors. And this actually, this is really cool. It talks about Cousin Walter, and it talks about how he died, and it also talks about what happened. And it's actually kind of funny because there was, if you listen to Highland Peepholes, Kevin's podcast that he does with Brian Johnson and Walt Flanagan and anybody who lived down in Highlands back in the day. Kevin tells a story about after Batman, Tim Burton's Batman, he went out and dressed sort of like in this trench coat, and they wanted to, solve crimes in Leonardo and, in
Out of all the
Highlands.
things Kevin's turned into a show, I'm like, can we have that?
That would be awesome.
That's hilarious.
It's in a comic book.
That's
now,
true.
So, but
It's like a fucked up Little Rascals. I love it.
It is. That's exactly what it is. It's the Little Rascals in Highlands because there's absolutely the only crime in Highlands is it's the shit that that happens on cops. So, but it's so funny because he talks about how he was up on like the roof of, and I have no idea how fucking Kevin got up on the roof of the pharmacy, but
He did.
he did, and but this takes it like 2 steps further, and it's much funnier.
Okay.
Kevin's story about that was very funny.
Yeah.
And,
But it takes it to an extreme
yeah, it
where it's
takes it
like
to
only the movies can make this happen.
Incredible, or comics,
Or comics. More so comics, actually.
Yeah, first time I heard that story was we did for Comic Book Men. We were at Caroline's Comedy Club, which is closing after 30 years,
I read that story.
which is very sad.
Crazy coincidence.
Yeah, but it's so weird. I think about all this shit. Like, I played the Beacon. I played Caroline's Comedy Club. Holy shit! It's like, wow, that's fucked up.
Wow.
Yeah, the things that happen when you work for Kevin Smith, it's insane.
I can attest to that.
Yes.
It's kind of crazy. You end up in a Logic music video.
True. And, we've got time for one more thing that I wanted to talk about.
Two things. One thing that
Go.
I need to address because it's in the comments. Shane says, I need these, Christian. Shane and anybody who's asked me before, because they've asked me, a couple of people have, I'm not responsible for holding on to books. I'm literally like here to do the show, guys. So if you have books that you really want as part of your collection and you want people to hold on to them, the best way to do that is to call the Secret Stash or get in touch with Mike. I don't know.
Or go
Or-
on to secretstashstuff.com and order it. Get on. We have a subscription service, and you get a sweet deal. For $30 a month, you get all 3 covers. One of them signed by Kevin, the Secret Stash exclusive signed by Kevin, and that alone in store goes for $25.
Mm-hmm.
So that pays for everything. Free shipping, $30 per month.
It's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, you make a commitment for the 8 issues, but you're going to get 8 issues.
8 issues.
Actually, you're going to get more than 8. You're going to get 8 times 3, which is 24. You're going to get 24 issues. One of them.
You're using that
actually 8 of them
Schoolhouse
signed.
Rock knowledge.
I know. Holy crap! 3 is a magic number. But yeah, go on Secret Stash Stuff. And to everyone who's already done that, thank you so much. Join our subscription service. We appreciate it. And all your stuff went out yesterday, so it should be in the mail either today or tomorrow.
Excellent.
Damn.
And then someone wanted to know the important question: when does Sarah's cover drop?
That drops in January. So Sarah Bellicose has cover for, and that's Masquerades number 4. So Masquerades number 4 will drop in January. So
There you go. Another thing you wanted to talk about.
I forget. Damn it.
I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay.
It just that seemed important because some people had reached out, and I was like, I
Gotcha.
can't
No, that's
really.
perfect. No, the one thing I did want to talk about is New York City is trying to get a rat czar. They're trying to hire a rat czar.
I nominate myself as
Holy
tribute.
crap. This is not an inconsequential job. It pays $125,000 a year.
What?
Yeah, $125,000 a year, and you're on the front line of killing those wascally rodents.
Guys, so we're starting a campaign. Christian for Rat Czar. Hashtag Christian for Rat Czar.
Doesn't that sound like a really, really horrible beginning for a supervillain's origin?
It does. And it's not going to be for me because I'm going to win the election.
All right.
I will gladly be the Rat Czar of New York
For
City.
125, you're going to be. So you will command your legions of rats?
100%. I'll make it I'll make them do like the Nutcracker and shit. It'll be great.
All right, cool.
Dun, 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 dun,
Then I want to see that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, no, it'll be a whole thing, man. We'll put on a show at Smart Castle. I'll ride in on the rats. It'll be fucking great.
All right, cool.
Well, they'll be like, I'll make sure they're all good beforehand. So
Or not rabid?
or not rabid.
Good deal. All right, cool.
Mess with the rat, you're gonna have to deal with his teenage turtle sons.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay, that's true.
That will not happen. All right, yeah, Ashley's making sure that you stick in the Smart Castle.
Ashley, don't ruin this dream for
I
me,
know.
damn it!
Come on.
Don't do this
Yeah,
to me.
she's just shitting all over your dream, Christian.
I see how it is. Not at Smart Castle. No, I will forever be. I will forever be with Smart Castle.
You'll be the.
I love that job.
the hunchback of. You'll be Ernie's Igor.
I already am. I told him that.
All right, cool.
I was kind of when they were making the graphics at the old Smart Castle, I was kind of happy, but surprised that there wasn't one of me as an Igor following Ernie on a fucking night, that while he was a knight. I'm so glad that.
That would be so.
Nate didn't draw that.
Oh, son of a bitch! I can see Chris McDonald drawing that, where like you with the hunchback, with a rope around your neck, and Ernie like in his robes.
Let's be careful there.
Yeah, seriously. I'm not challenging you or anything, Chris. I want to see that.
Cue Chris McDonald.
Yeah.
He's going to show up right as the show ends. Give me a flamethrower and get out of my way. Crack a rat, burn a rat. Jesus, Ed. Hey, kids, that will not happen. Thank you, Andrew.
All right, people
Christopher
love you
Ratzar.
at the Smart Castle, so
I do love being there, too. So I think I will have to suspend my campaign for Rat Czar.
who would you want to be Rat Czar?
me, but I'm suspending
Well,
my
besides
campaign.
you, if you can't be you.
Okay, who would I pick as Ratsar? I don't know. Who would you pick?
I don't know. Trump?
No,
I don't want to get political, but
no. I think
nah, he'd probably lie
it seems
about
like a
killing the
cool
rats.
job.
Yeah.
Command an army of rats.
Well, I don't know if he's going to be commanding the army of rats. He's going to be killing a lot of them.
I know. Chrissy. Nah.
No, I didn't say eating. I said killing. Maybe Cuomo. Cuomo. Andrew Cuomo gets elected rat catcher. That'd be good.
That's actually disgusting.
Yeah.
The Hunchback of Quickstop.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Yes,
Come on,
master.
McDonald. That'd be awful. All right, let's get the hell out of here because I have to open up this shop.
Yeah, and I got to get to a podcast. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Live from the Secret Stash. As always, please watch the show every week. I love talking with you people. I love hanging out. I love hanging out with Mike, but I would do that even if I wasn't
Damn
doing
straight.
this show. Mike, always a pleasure.
Pleasure's all mine. On behalf of Julia Zapsik, the lovely Julia Zapsik, and myself, thank you for tuning in. And we will be live next week. We're going to do a pre-record, and then we're not back until after
The New Year.
the New Year. So enjoy us while you can.
All right. Adios, guys.
Hey kids, we're live at the Secret Stash with Mike, Julia, and Christian. It's the Hella Bash. Tune in and check out the podcast. We got the nerd button on repeat, and we're gonna smash. Come on in, I assure you that we're open. Shoe polish on our signs, cause our locks are always broken. You need that view askew? You know we got you, dude.